Hey Alexa, what if I feel lonely and discouraged? What can I do?
Hey Cortana, why do I feel like such a screw-up?
Hey, Google Home, is there a secret formula for more confidence and courage?
Hey Watson, why are we destroying ourselves and our planet?
Hey Siri, why am I such a perfectionista? Can I just learn to accept myself and other people just as they are? Is there an app for that?
No matter the pain.
No matter the pain.
No matter the pain.
No matter the pain.
No matter the madness.
No matter the madness.
No matter the madness.
No matter the madness.
How can we embrace this awesome, awesome miracle?
This once in a trillion-year mystery.
Of being alive in a body on planet Earth.
Hand in hand with those we love.
Until now, we've been asking, what's the weather outside? But the real question is, what's the weather inside? What will it take for us to make wellness our highest ideal? To turn wellness into the driving force of social media? Because as we now know, an empty box, a like button, and a question, what's on your mind, is not the way to wellness. If anything, it's a way to anxiety and despair. So how can we take a giant leap forward? The answer is what Professor Michael Bratman of Stanford calls shared intentional activities. What makes great communities is when people have something meaningful and purposeful to do together. And so a bunch of us from around the world got together to completely reinvent social media and center it around a new kind of shared intentional activity, a fusion of wellness and algorithms. Wellgorithms. A wellgorithm is a step-by-step way to activate a positive thought, to deactivate a negative thought, to change a thought, to multiply a thought. Let's say I'm feeling lonely. I want to know, who's been there in the darkness and can help me back into the light? Is there a loneliness Sherpa, someone who has stood on the mountaintop of loneliness and who has put each step of the journey, each lesson learned, into a wellgorithm? Maybe someone I know or someone special I can meet. Now, when the pain is intense, I might choose the loneliness ICU or the lonely lagoon. Other times I'll try the soul soother and start with an imperfection step, because sometimes I lose touch with my inner core and forget to pause and breathe and smell the roses. But here's where it gets interesting. Tyler might start with a struggle step, and Jessica might start with a brokenness step. That's because different steps work for different people at different times. It gets even more interesting at the second step. You might start with a rainbow step. For me, maybe it's a challenge step. For Tyler, a letting go step. And for Jessica, a frustration step. But then a possibility step where she can be creative and playful. And then a gratitude step where she realizes that the little things really are the big things. And now we get to the heart of the matter. What is the sequence of steps that will take us from loneliness to wholeness? From anger to peace? From fear to faith? From sadness to laughter to unconditional love? The mistake of social media was to think we could get there in one step. But life is a journey of 1,000 steps. And what if there are 100 possible first steps? And 100 possible second steps? That makes 10,000 possibilities. Then 1,000,000, then 100,000,000, then 10 billion, then 1,000,000,000, and beyond that, we get into the gazillions. And this is where wellgorithms and artificial intelligence are about to transform the consciousness of our planet, because the AI can help us find these hidden patterns and magical steps.
But right here is where many platforms break down.
They're using the AI to do the reverse of what's good for us.
You might actually feel good right now. Things are going well.
But Facebook doesn't like that because it knows that anxiety is the engine of action.
If they can get you into a state of anxiety, you become vulnerable to brain hacking.
Behavior modification?
And emotional contagion.
What kind of madness has swept over us?
What kind of madness has swept over us?
If the algorithm is designed to move us from a state of peace to a state of anxiety.
And if addictive behavior is at the heart of their business model.
When we give 2 billion people a blank box,
With no purpose,
No direction.
No shared intentional activities.
we get the world we have now.
And a company that profits from our pain.
that's why Einstein said, we can't solve our problems with the same thinking, the same kinds of social media we used to create them.
And that's why it's time for a new kind of leadership and a new kind of community whose mission is to make confidence and courage and creativity a habit, forgiveness and compassion a habit, patience and mindfulness a habit, sobriety and self-control and resilience a habit, humility and reverence and awe a habit, a way of expressing our thanks for this awesome miracle. Which leads us to our final insight, which is that wellness is both personal and planetary. Sometimes you want total privacy, even total anonymity, to explore the magic of what makes you tick. Other times you want to build your good habits in community, expand your horizons, and benefit from other people's wisdom and experience. But when we separate social from wellness, or wellness from social, that's when we get into trouble. We need a new kind of newsfeed and a new way to generate electricity so that when we get lost or stuck, we know the next step. And right now the next step is to go to Wellgorithm, get on the early birds list, and tell the world it's time for us to awaken and thrive in the age of AI.